What's up, you guys? Scott here. In today's video, let's do something very, very special. What I'm going to be doing is not only answering a question that I get asked a ton of, but I'm going to share some pretty cool insights into this whole using of hypnotic scripts. Now, the most common question I get by email, which is, Scott, what is the best stop smoking script? Can you share advice on this script? Can you help me write one? Can you help me make one more advanced? What's the best suggestion? And everything in between. And today I want to talk about how we actually do this. And by making this video, I'm just sticking by the point that I've always said, which is I don't use scripts. I don't recommend them because they violate some of the biggest rules and the most obvious rules we as hypnotherapists and coaches have been trained in. So what I want to do today is I've actually got a script. I'm going to take you over to another screen in a moment, and I'm going to break down what I mean by how hypnotic scripts, regardless of the problem, regardless of how advanced they are, regardless whether you've written them yourselves, bought them, downloaded them, whatever, they are violating the number one rule that we know as hypnotherapists and coaches. And by doing this video, what I hope to achieve is to show you that if your scripts are hit and miss, I'm going to show you why. If you're finding that you're having to spend hours preparing for a script that simply does not work, or you're spending far too much time preparing for something that is just taking more time to actually write it than actually intervene with your clients, or worse off, you're not actually getting the results and you're having to see your clients time after time after time again, no matter how many times you read the script, how many different versions you download, how many different times you write it, it just never seems to solve that problem. And again, this all comes back to violating the number one rule that you and me as hypnotherapists and coaches understand, but unfortunately, the scripts and the technique type thing violate this rule. So what is this rule? We all know as hypnotherapists and coaches that our problems exist unconsciously. Same with your clients. And we know things like smoking is a symptom for something else. We know that weight issues, anxiety, fear, stuttering, whatever it is, pain is a symptom for something else. And we as hypnotherapists and coaches, we know that if we just treat the symptom, the main core or the root cause problem is going to still exist. Now, this should already, if you really think about it, this should already open up your eyes as to why these scripts, the stop smoking script, the anxiety script, the fear scripts, the pain control scripts, violate this very rule. The one that you and me know is 100% truthful. Because if a client could solve their problem or solve the symptom, they'd never have that problem again. The reason they have the symptom is because they can't solve the core problem themselves without having a hypnotherapist or a coach intervene. But again, like I mentioned before, then we go out of our way to buy, write, download. Most people are actually trained in this as well, are trained to write stop smoking scripts, weight loss scripts, anxiety scripts. But think of this as you're simply writing a script to solve the symptom. You're writing a stop smoking script where the smoking is a symptom. The anxiety is a symptom. Hopefully you're getting my point here. So like I mentioned, if you're basically sick and tired of doing the whole script thing, or you're finding that your scripts just aren't working, this is why. This rule is fundamental to the success of your business, your success as a therapist, your confidence. But if all you're doing is spending your time writing scripts based on symptoms and just reading this script to somebody, what else do you expect to happen other than being very hit and miss? Now, you might be saying, well, Scott, what I first do is I find out what the root cause problem is, then I write a script for that. Well, here's the funny thing. When it comes to understanding the root cause, understanding what the real problem is, that can only be done in the moment, and it becomes part of the therapeutic intervention. And what I see is most people think they're close to the root cause, think they're close to what this real thing is, but are so far away from it that you end up just finding another symptom that's attached to it, writing a script for that, take your client through your intervention, they open their eyes and say, hey, nothing's happened. I feel like a cigarette. It's been an hour since I've had one. I want to have one now. So why is this the case? Well, I'm going to take you over to the next screen where I've actually downloaded a hypnotic script. It's a pretty traditional one. It was actually quoted as an advanced script. I don't really know what's advanced about it. I don't know whether it's just harder to read or it uses advanced language. Regardless of what it is the actual therapeutic part of the script that is supposed to help someone quit smoking, knowing that smoking is a symptom. And I want to show you how many times this script is actually talking about the symptom without actually figuring out what the real problem is. Now, if you're thinking, well, Scott, how do I actually get to the real problem? How can I be sure that I'm getting to the actual symptom? Well, what I'll do, I'll leave a video below where we talk about essentially this thing that we call advanced conversational hypnosis. This is what we train our students in. And I'll show you the timeline. I'll show you how this way of doing therapy not only gets to the root cause. I know everybody throws it up, but I mean really getting to the root cause where it's enough, where a client can have actual insights into what the real problem is, where therapy becomes negligible. The hypnosis becomes just the icing on the cake. I'm going to show you a way, or the reason why you actually want to do the therapy before you do the hypnosis. And you want to actually use an investigation phase to find out what the root cause is compared to what the symptoms are, but also show you as well, how do you know you've actually got to the root cause? How can you be sure that it's this root cause and not just another root cause that's disguised as a symptom or something like that? So like I said, let's just look at this whole script thing. And again, hopefully open your eyes up to what is possible, to going beyond just what the scripts are doing. But like I said, if you're finding issues, what you're doing now with the scripts, the reading, the downloading, the preparation, this will show you why, unfortunately, you're wasting a lot of time. Now, again, I've downloaded this script for free. There are tons of free scripts online. I'm not saying don't use them. This is just my personal opinion. I'm not saying you have to agree with me. I'm not saying I'm 100% right in this, but I just want to share some insights. I've actually spent my career sitting in front of clients for well over 10 years without ever having to do the script thing, the technique thing, the strategy thing. And I want to share that insight with you, into regards why I never done it, but it's also answering that question that everybody asked me, which is, what is your best hypnotic script for smoking? So guys, without further ado, I've talked enough. Let's jump over to that script, and I'm going to show you traditionally why they break down, why they hit and miss, why you're really wasting your time, and why you're just treating the symptom over and over again. So let's go. All right, guys, so what you can see in front of you is the script that I downloaded. I actually copied and pasted it, but it's not important who it came by or who it was from or where I found it. But like I said, if you're spending your time writing these scripts, paying for them, or even being certified with this whole script thing, you can get all these for free. Okay, so go ahead, use them if it does make you feel more confident. But I just want to show you how it violates that rule of, we know that clients' problems exist unconsciously, but we go ahead and we treat the symptom. So this, like I said, is an advanced script. And what I've done is I've highlighted every time it's mentioned the word smoking, I'll talk about where it says smoke, cigarette, but the context of this script, the whole context is about quitting smoking. But this is the symptom. We don't know what the problem is until we find out what the problem is. So preparing this script beforehand for a stop smoking client, you are now treating the symptom. Hopefully I've drilled that into you guys enough. But let's have a look at this. Now, I won't read this all out. You guys are welcome to pause this and go through it. Now, there's nothing wrong with the way that it's written, but you'll see it's just in the context of quitting smoking. And this is not what the core problem will be. In the over 10 years I had with sitting in front of lawyers, helping them quit smoking, I never fixed the smoking. Most of the time, we didn't even talk about the cigarettes because that is the symptom. We're fixing the core problem. And there's no way to guess what the core problem is. And a lot of people talk about, well, all problems exist from anxiety and stuff like that. That is a guess. There is no way to confirm that. And as soon as I go into a session with that presupposition in my mind, I'm now locked into this is the way it has to be. All people are different. All people have needs, likes, and desires and wants. All people have different sorts and types and labels about their problems. So trying to prepare for this stuff beyond just writing the script is also an impossible task. Let's have a look at this. So it says, and this is the therapeutic part. This would be like if a client is in trance. Now, I won't talk about this whole format of hypnosis, how you put someone into trance and you read the script. I won't go into that today. Let's think of this as like the therapeutic suggestion. It says something like this. First of all, you are aware that you've already completely uncovered the underlying cause of your compulsive smoking habit. There's the symptom. You no longer feel the compulsion to smoke at all. Second symptom. We are now only dealing with a habit problem. Third symptom. The hollow shell of the original problem. Habits can be easily broken. Symptom again, habit. One of the ways to do this is to make sure, to make you aware of your smoking symptom. And I don't really have to read much more, but you'll see it. Smoking, 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 smoking. Here it says that smoking, the struggles come from your past. That's again, another symptom, another conclusion. Smoking, 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 smoke, smoking, smoking. We've got 14 results of this script talking about smoking, but smoking is the symptom. So all you're doing with this, no matter how well it's written, and there's nothing wrong with the script, you are now addressing your symptom. And it's the same for the anxiety script, same for the pain control script, same for the stuttering script, the driving phobia, the fear. What are they all doing? Helping the symptom. And sure, you may destroy that symptom and the smoking goes away for a day or so. The habit goes away for a day or so, but the core thing is left. That's why the client comes back for a second session, a third session, a fourth or fifth or sixth. By the time they get to the 10th or so session, they're calling up saying, hey, nothing's working. I'm smoking just as much, if not more. I want my money back. And again, this all comes based on the symptom. Now, like I said, it's regardless of how well this script is written, how much advanced suggestions or Ericksonian language or language patterns are in this, how much, different types of words are used, how many double binds they have. It's all repeating and violating the same problem with the hypnotic script thing, which is always addressing the symptom. So like I said, you can download probably hundreds of thousands of these scripts that all work on the symptom. So you might be thinking, well, Scott, hang on, I get it, it makes sense. Yeah, I'm using like a hypnotic script for smoking and all I'm doing is addressing the symptom. What do I do instead? Well, I'll leave that video below and I'll talk about how you can address this issue. So you never have to use scripts again. You'll never have to prepare again. You'll never have to do the more traditional and clunky strategies that I'd say most, like 99% of people are taught to make your therapeutic interventions absolutely quick. I was going to swear then. Really, really, really quick, extremely efficient. But you're uncovering the root cause, and everyone throws it out there, the root cause, the real main problem that most people don't even get close to getting to, which destroys all the symptoms for themselves. An example of this is when I was helping the lawyers quit smoking. I use that because that's what my marketing was. When they came into my office, we never addressed the smoking. What was funny is I destroyed whatever that core problem is, and the smoking took care of itself. The habit took care of itself. The anxiety took care of itself. All the symptom-related things that a client is going to tell you that they think their problem is took care of itself when we uncovered what this real thing is. And again, you don't want to go into a session assuming that's what this is. Like all problems are stemmed from childhood trauma. All problems are stemmed from money blocks or something like this. Because again, this is just a guess. And this is what a lot of the gurus will tell you. But it's just a guess. It's impossible to confirm those things. So instead of going into a session having to prepare for these things, using like the scripts and the technique, like the stop smoking technique, the stop smoking timeline, realize that these are just all addressing a symptom. Now, it's okay to start here to get a little bit of experience in hypnosis, but I guarantee you're going to have more misses than hits. You have to have an extremely motivated person in order for something like a stop smoking script to work. And even then, it's going to be very long. It's going to take a lot of sessions, a lot of hours, a lot of commitment, a lot of repetition. Because if you're repeating the same breaking of the symptom each time, you're just addressing the wrong problem over time. No matter how many times they come in for a session, how many hours of audios they listen to, how much tasking they do, you're solving the symptom, not the core problem. So again, hopefully that answers the question of why I don't use scripts, what my recommendations are, how to write a better script. I'm not the best person to ask for that. Hopefully this has opened your eyes as to my theory and thinking behind this. Like I said, I'll leave a video below where you guys can check out a little bit more of how to get away from the script and technique and strategy thing. But guys, that's it for today. Happy script hunting or script burning, whatever you're going to do. If you have any questions, like always, guys, leave a comment below. I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.